What's going on, everybody? So here we are back inside of Warframe again, doing another build video. Just trying to get a number of these all caught up from requests from everybody. So I actually got this request a couple of weeks back during the Christmas time, and I'm sorry for the delay in getting it out to you, but I got a chance to work on it now. So let's get this thing rolling. This is going to be for the REAPER Prime that you can get from the Voids. Similar to the Ether Reaper. Actually, I think I like the Ether Reaper a little bit better as far as fast attack, but I've built this one as well as a fast attack, and I'll get into it here in a second and explain why I set it up that way. So, first, this is a solo run. It's Corpus, and I have actually changed out the Shade. Shade is now a passive sentinel, okay? And the only thing that he's got on it is obviously all his stuff to keep him alive. The only other thing he's got is coolant leak is on it to freeze the enemies if they get too close to me or too close to it, which is fine. There's no active gun on it, okay? And that way we can get a better idea of what this weapon is really like. So I've had this weapon built a couple different styles. I had it built as a fast attack, and I had it built as a charged attack weapon. And this charged attack weapon is pretty good. You can get pretty high with the charged attack number. Somewhere around 700 is what I was getting before. But I decided to go back to fast attack or faster attack. I wouldn't really say fast attack. This one's not as fast as some of the other things that are out there, but it's pretty good by the time I'm done with the build. So anyway, so let's get this thing rolling here, right? First, the original setup, put that on the screen for you, is going to be 7 impact, 7 puncture, 35 slash. So it's a slash weapon, of course. Charge attack 160, spin attack 100, leap attack 80, wall attack 100. Attack speed is 1.2, critical is pretty negligible at only 5%, and status at 10%. Okay? So like I said, you could build this thing for charge attack, and it's pretty decent as a charge attack, but honestly, I prefer it as a faster attack than the charge, so I'm going to build it again for main physical damage, and obviously it's going to build up as well the attacks on the wall attacks and leap attacks and stuff like that, but my main charge attack isn't going to change any. Okay, so what I do first, okay, let's go ahead and put this one up on the screen of where it is. So we've got a final result of a 45 impact, 45 puncture, 112 slash. I am actually using a magnetic because we were in here with the Corpus, so I threw a magnetic elemental combo on there, so I'm getting a 176. I could go higher if I want. I still have 2 points left, but I just didn't get there yet. No, yes, maybe, no, no, I had no points left on this build. I'm sorry, that was another weapon I was doing. So charge attack stays the same. The spin attack 320 is jumps up. Leap attack 256 is a jump up. The wall attack 320 is a jump up. Attack speed is up to 1.6. It's a little faster. And critical and status stay the same. Stay the same. Wow. But now you guys really want to know how I've got this built. So let's talk about it, right? So let's start with the obvious. Pressure point. Maxed 120% extra melee damage. Okay? On top of that, since we're going for damage, I'm actually going to add in a Spoiled Strike Corrupt mod. Okay, so I'm going to get an extra 100% damage on top of that, though I'm going to have a negative effect of an attack speed, which is not a good thing when you're trying to build a fast attack weapon, right? But we'll get into that. So 120% melee damage, then another 120% damage. So now we're at 220% melee damage, bringing all your stats up, of course. And then I'm going to add in a heavy trauma mod, adding another 90% impact damage, and a sundering strike is just going to add another 90% in puncture damage. So since the main damage goes up because of it being a slash damage, so pressure point and spoiled strike are going to affect more of the slash damage, adding in the 2 impact and puncture damage mods helps me out with that, which is why I jumped up so high in the numbers. But we're talking about a negative attack speed now, so what I did was go ahead and add a Fury mod in, adding a plus 60% attack speed. So I bring it up a little bit more, even with the negative 20%, so it goes up by a plus 40%. Okay, that's still pretty good. The negative effect from the spoiled strike was negative 20, so, negative 20. So, yeah, you know, we go up by 40%. It's decent. And then I wanted to go ahead and create a elemental, in this case the magnetic, for this one because I was going to go run against the corpus. But you can obviously change it to pretty much anything as long as you've got the space for it. And you can make any kind of elemental on it, which I think is good with the extra elemental. We're already built in on the power of the weapon, the physical damage. We've got speed brought up a bit more. And so what I did in this case was I added a north wind, which is going to give me an extra 50% freeze damage instead of 60% because I just don't have the space for the 60%. And then I'm going to actually add in focused energy in this case. So there's a charge speed of plus 40% and a plus 60% electrical damage. Now I could probably change that around if I went ahead and added in a straight electrical damage mod, but it's never a bad thing to have a little extra charge speed in case you need to use that charge attack for any reason. So that's why I went with focused energy in this case. So, yeah, that's how we've got it set up. So it's as you can see, it's pretty decent. It's pretty good. I mean, I like it. I like how I did it. Honestly, though, I think the Ether Reaper and the Hate, if you build them as fast attacks, are quicker in the attack time, taking out the enemies. But this one works very well as you can see as well. And again, I'm not using anything special with it. I've got my Shade as a passive, only having the Coolant Leak mod on it for freeze when they get too close as an aura. And then I decided to run Rhino just so that way you could see the weapon in action without me having to worry too much about potential death. It is good, it is powerful, it is fun. I don't know how else to put that. Excuse me, I had something in my eye there. We'll just quickly again look at this stuff. Here, pressure point, spoiled strike, heavy trauma, sundering strike, all damage. Then we add fury for attack speed, and then we add in our combo elemental of north wind and focused energy to be able to get slightly higher charge speed and the magnetic for the corpus run that I was doing. Now, of course, A, B, and C builds, you could do a B build and a C build and set up something else as well if you wanted to. And in real instance, there's not too many times that you're going to be doing this where you're just running a melee by itself with a passive sentinel or passive shade. I don't know a lot of people that do it. I like doing it from time to time. I mean, yeah, definitely the best way to see if your weapon that you build is really good in a melee is to turn off your sentinel. Simply remove its weapon and its weapon mod for shooting, and then you know how it goes. Then you know how it is. So it's a good weapon. I like this weapon. So if you get a hold of it, you'll like it too. Hopefully you like the build. Here's the final setup right here. Let me know in comments if you have any comments or questions. Hit the like button for me if you do like the build. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Sorry, kind of thirsty. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more stuff. For everything that's going on the channel. Big year this year coming up. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you again for watching. Much appreciated. Trying to keep these a little bit short right now, just so we can get through them for you. Everything is in here that you need to know. Okay, until the next time, see you guys later.